Okay, so this is how we're gonna solve this with synthetic division. So in the paper that I sent you, the first step says to write the constant c of the divisor x minus c in a box. That's incredibly confusing. So gonna use English terms in this. There is the divisor. That is what we are dividing by. So we're going to write the divisor in a little box to the side to start off how we're going to set up the problem. So you can write x minus 3, but it's easiest to just write negative 3 because that's what we're going to be working with. Now, it says in bold next to it opposite sign. That's really important to remember, otherwise you'll get the end result a little bit wrong. It's the opposite sign because you're actually dividing by the 0. So if you were to solve this, x minus 3 equals 0, we want to add over 3. So we get x equals 0. Or sorry, wow, good job, Callie. X equals 3. So this is the reason that you use a positive 3 instead of the negative 3 there. All right, so now I just get to erase literally everything I just wrote. If you need explanation of that again, let's go back to timestamp about 150, or start at about 130, goes to about 150, if I'm actually keeping track of what's going on. Okay, so we're going to start out with this little box that just says 3. Put it in a box. You don't have to. That just keeps it separate from the rest of the problem. The second step says write the coefficients of the dividend, including zeros, for any missing powers of x, in descending order to the right of the box. English terms. Ready? You can use green. This here is the divisor. It is what is being divided. So we're going to write the coefficients, which is the number in front of the x, including the 3. Oh, look, you just texted me. Go away. Oh, whatever. Okay. So you're going to write that down here next to the 3. So that's 2. Oh, that's huge. 2, negative 1 because of this x, or this negative in front of it. Right here would be 0x, which just translates to 0, so you don't write it. So oops. So we still have to write in that 0 because there is a 0x there. 0, and then 3 doesn't have an x following it, but you include it anyways. And now you draw. That's not the color I want. Now you draw the baseline. Okay. Next step is blue. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not doing this in the color coding that I did on the notes. Oh well. Okay. Step 3. Bring the leading coefficient down 2 rows and enter it into row 3. This here is row 3. So this one is a leading coefficient, first one here. We're just going to drop it straight down 2. Woo! Okay. Step 2. Now this number in the box is going to come in handy. You take these 2, multiply them, 3 times 2, and which equals 6. And you're going to put that 6 up here. 6. Does that make sense right there? I ask you as if you can even respond to me, but okay. So you take the number on row 3, multiply it by number in ye old box, and then you put it up under the next number. So now there's not an empty space here. You have a number here. I should use another color. Oh, I didn't prepare enough colors. You get to see me selecting colors. Okay, so now you're going to take the number here and the number here and add them together. This is an addition line. So -1 plus 6 equals 5. Woo! Now remember how we use this red. Oh, that's... Good job, Callie. You're doing so good today. So remember, we multiplied 3 by 2 to equal 6, which is right here. Now we're going to multiply 3 by 5 to get the next number, which is 15. See, 3 to 5 equals 15. 0 plus 15 equals 15. Woo! Now, big number, 3 times 15. I'm not going to draw the lines because I'm already drawing a crap using so many colors. So 3 times 15 is 45. Yep, I did that right. And 45 plus 3 is 48. So yeah, this is a bunch of great numbers, right? Not really very useful if you don't know what's happening. So remember how, come on, we started out with this x. We were dividing by x minus 3, not 3. So when you divide by x, you take out an x. Does that make sense? Like if you were dividing by 6, you would take out a multiple of 6 from each number. We're just dividing by x this time rather than 6. So we started out with x cubed. Let's see if I can move my recording. Oh no, I made a mistake. Sorry if you just died right there. I'm going to use this. Actually, I'm not going to use this. Don't you love it when I'm recording in real time and I don't actually know what I'm doing? Okay. So now, because I assume you know what we were doing right here, I'm just going to erase this. If you don't remember, go back to timestamp something. I'm so helpful, aren't I? Okay. So remember, we're dividing by x, or no, we're dividing by x. So we pulled 3 out of everything else. Now we have to pull an x out of everything else. So there's x's here, here, the invisible x, x to the 1 there, and then x to the 0 here. So since we're simply pulling an x out of everything, I'm so good at explaining. I'm so sorry that I'm bad at this. You divide x. I'll make it so you can actually see what I'm doing. You're taking x cubed divided by x. X is x to the 1 to make it really easy, which equals x to the 3 minus 1 equals x squared. Now you're going to do that process, or you could do that process for every single x, but it's easy just to remember you take 1 away from the x you were dealing with. So this x becomes x squared, this x becomes x to the 1, or just x. This x, the invisible x, becomes x to the 0, which equals 1. And then this one, which is originally 0, is just gone. No more x there. That one becomes our remainder. So now we have all these x's and all these numbers. Voila, we're going to combine them. let's see, I'm going to use a cute color for this one. I'm going to choose purple. So now this is the first x, this is the first number. Second x, second number. Third x, third number. Invisible x, remainder. So we get, I'm gonna lasso some things and move them so I have room. Now you see why I don't do live tutorial things ever. It doesn't work out for me. I'm sorry, this is so long. Okay. Brush. So now we get 2x squared. Actually, I'm gonna write out the problem again, just so we remember what was going on. So 2x cubed minus x squared plus 0x. I'm adding that in so we know what's going on. Plus 3 divided by x minus 3 equals 2x squared. 2 here, x squared here. 2x squared. Now this 5 is positive, so we do plus 5x. See x regular. 15 is positive as well, and x to the 0 equals 1, so there's no x there, so it's just plus 15. And now we have 48, but no x. So there was no x to take out of it, so we just have to do plus 48, and then the remainder, so it's a remainder, so this number hasn't been divided by the 3 yet, as it was the last number. So we're just going to assume that whoever's doing it can do the division on their own, because they're special like that. So this x minus 3 comes down here. And this is your end answer.